The men in my life, as far as my father, even though he's deceased now, but when he was living, to my uncles, to my own brothers, to cousins, to any male that is in my family, do they take care of their kids? Yes. Every single last one, they take care of their kids. Now, if you want to get to my own personal life, my son's father, then if you want to call a check every month, taking care of your kids, then yes, he's taking care of his kid. But if you want to call it spending time and caring and loving and nurturing and teaching them how to be a man, any of that kind of stuff, then no, he's not taking care of his kid. My son is 16 years old, and from day one I've been taking care of him by myself. I brought someone into the world where I am responsible for him. I am responsible for his upbringing. I'm responsible for being a strength. You know, I'm in a position that God didn't even intend for me to be in. I mean, yes, a mother, but not a father. And I'm not even going to talk about the times that Malik would say, "Where's my dad? Where's my dad, Mom? Why isn't my dad here, Mom?" We're not even going to get into all the times that he did that. We're not even going to touch on that, because we really are staying here all day. I won't do none of my clients today. So, you know, Malik, you know, he's old enough to know. He's, you know, I never ever said anything bad about his dad. I never said one bad word about his dad. I answered the questions, yeah.
What did you tell him?
You know, if he say, "Where's my dad?" Your dad's in California. You know, this depends on the age. You know, every year he gets a little older, I'm able to maybe say a little bit more, but without bashing his dad. Because I don't ever want his opinion of his dad to be something I said. It's going to be something he already know, because he's an intelligent young man. So the father opened the door. Malik asked for his dad. You know, he said his dad wasn't, he asked by name, you know, his dad wasn't there. So the dad said, "Well, I'm senior," you know, because they have the same name. So he's the senior. He said, "Well, I'm whatever, you know, senior. And I'm your grandfather." And this man never reached out from the door seals, holding the door seals of the door, never reached out and embraced his grandson.
So I would specifically have to speak on my children's father, and we are still together. I would say, to the best of his ability, no. No. He could be more financially supportive and much more emotionally supportive with our son. So, and when I say that, for me, the emotional support would be more important. His father and him butt heads quite a bit, and very reluctant to show any emotion towards that. It's a kind of brush off or whatever. So do I think that he does his best? No, I don't.
Do you think maybe he's trying to build a young man?
That would be my hope, but I don't see it that way. Because he's not setting a good example as far as financial responsibility goes.
Okay.
So if that was the case, then show him how to be a man and take care of his family and do the right thing.
Okay.
And I don't see that part.
All right.
I work, he doesn't work. Now, having said that, does he take care of the kids when I'm at work? Yeah. Does he do, I mean, you know, he feeds them, he clothes them, he does their laundry, he does what he's supposed to do. But beyond the bareness, you know, I mean, the normal, everyday stuff that I do on top of working, that, to me, that's not a real big feat. That is what you're supposed to do.
Growing up, I didn't have my father always. He didn't always take care of me. I mean, I remember seeing him at times, but I guess it just depends. There are some people that I've been around, and their dads, the kids' dads, really involved, pick them up, do all that with them, even if the parents are not together, which is really good. I love to see that. But then there are families and friends that I have where their dad ain't doing nothing.
Haven't even met them.
Like, so I mean, it's kind of. I guess it seems like it's different for every family. In my life, I kind of see half of parents, both parents being there, then half where the mom's holding it down and doing it on her own. So it's kind of...
Well, and then you have the case where my children's father is there, but I almost feel like I'm doing it on my own anyways.
Right.
Because I'm doing the financial, I'm doing the emotional, I'm doing all of that. So, what am I gaining? What are they gaining? That's a question that we ask quite often in my home. So, you know, it's not to say I don't love him.
So you're a single parent and a dual parent home.
I feel like it sometimes, yeah. Yes, I do sometimes.
Interesting.
I feel, and I have actually used that saying or analogy, whatever you want to say, to him. You know, what good are you doing me? It's like I'm a single mom anyways.
Yes, my kid's dad, one of them, shall I say, is very much involved. He financially takes care of her, and he's there for her, whatever she needs. My two boys, their dad takes care of them financially, but as far as being there physically, no, not at this time.
I will say yes, on a couple of different levels. My husband is definitely taking care of his daughter, which is my daughter as well, and he's taking care of my son as well. My son's father is, he is active in his life as far as taking care of him. Yes and no. He is there for his son, but as far as being there financially, I'm going to say no to that one. I mean, he just does what he can. I've always been the type of mother to encourage his dad to just be there, not necessarily, you know, give all your money or do whatever is needed. Yes, that's what he should do, but if he can't, he's not at that place where he can do that, then just be there for him. That's been my only requirement the entire time. And so I will say, to a certain extent, does his dad take care of him? Yes. But my husband definitely has stepped up to the plate and done his part, taking care of the children. And so to answer your question, yes.